Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another Hoops Redefined video. And today we're going to be talking about the 2020 top NBA prospects. So let's get into the video. Alright, so I have the Warriors having the first overall pick. And with this, I have them taking James Wiseman out of Memphis. I have the Warriors taking this because clearly they have the best backcourt in the NBA with Steph and Clay, and they are in utter need of a big man. And I think James Wiseman could fit perfectly with the Warriors because honestly, the Warriors don't need LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards. I mean, they also have Andrew Wiggins. So, I mean, to be honest, they could take LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, but I could just see them packaging them with Andrew Wiggins for another superstar. But if they were smart about it, I think they would choose James Wiseman, who could honestly be a perfect fit for the Warriors. So with the second pick, the Cavs are going to take Onyeka Okongwu from USC. His game solely revolves around his athleticism, energy, and defense, but I do see him having great offensive potential. And he really does and could honestly have the best potential in the whole draft if he pans out the way I see him panning out. And I think he could be a great player to add around their young core of Darius Garland and Colin Sexton. And honestly, the way I see it, I see Kevin Love and Andre Drummond leaving the Cavs very soon. So I think they need to start building around their young core. All right, now with the third pick, it's the Timberwolves. And I see the Timberwolves taking Anthony Edwards due to the fact that they just got D'Lo, and they're honestly in the need for a guard to pair with him. And it will be another great scorer for Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Lo. And Anthony Edwards seems to be more like a slasher, so it could create space for D'Lo to shoot the three, and same with Karl-Anthony Towns. Edwards has shown that he could be great multiple times throughout his games at Georgia. All right, so the Hawks have the fourth pick, and I think the Hawks are going to pick LaMelo Ball. He's created a lot of hype around himself, and he even bought his team that he was playing with overseas in Australia. And I think seeing Trae Young and LaMelo Ball on the same team would just be super exciting, and it would bring a lot of fans to the stadium. And if it pans out, I honestly think that they could be like the next Splash Bros. But I mean, even that's like a little bit of a stretch, but you know what I mean. All right, now on to the fifth pick, and I have the Pistons taking Deni Avdija. He has the potential to become the next Luka, but he probably also could become a bust. But I think the organization needs to take a risk on a player like him because they're inevitably going to need to take a step into the rebuilding process. And I mean, especially after trading Andre Drummond away for pennies. And Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose are getting older, and I think Deni Avdija could be the kind of risk reward player that the Pistons could use to start their rebuild. All right, so with the sixth pick, we got the Knicks, and I have them selecting Cole Anthony, which might surprise a couple people, but I think he's the right point guard to play alongside RJ Barrett, especially because the trade that the Knicks did with KP and Dennis Smith Jr. just failed, and Frank Ntilikina hasn't always shown up for them. I think Cole Anthony could get more fans to the stadium and create a promising backcourt for the Knicks for their remaining future, and I think it could further their rebuild and possibly make the Knicks into contention eventually as RJ Barrett and Cole Anthony develop. The Chicago Bulls got the sixth pick, and I have them taking Isaac Okoro from Auburn. The Bulls have been looking to improve their young core of Zach LaVine, Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter Jr., Kobe White, and Otto Porter for a long time. And I think Isaac Okoro would be a great 3-and-D asset for the Bulls. Honestly, I could honestly see him eventually starting over Otto Porter Jr., especially if he keeps up his efficient shooting he's doing at Auburn. I mean, he's shooting 60% of all his shots, but from outside the arc, it's a little bit of a different story. He needs to improve, but I think if he improves all that, he could be a great offensive threat and become a starter one day for the Bulls. All right, so now the Charlotte Hornets got the 8th pick. And I have them taking Obi Toppin from Dayton, who at the beginning of the season was actually projected at the 1, 2, or 3 spot. And he's dropped a little bit, but I believe he has so much potential in the NBA. And I think he's going to be a great factor for the Hornets, especially if them looking to rebuild after Kemba leaving. And they got Devontae Graham now. So Obi Toppin would just fit perfectly into this team as they take steps forward after losing Kemba. The Washington Wizards have the ninth pick. And with the Washington Wizards, I have them taking Tyrese Halliburton. As much as I would want to say that the Wizards aren't going to take a point guard because they have John Wall, because he's coming back from an injury, but I mean, honestly, it's sad to say, but the injury John Wall has sustained, he's not going to be the same player. I mean, his game revolves around his athleticism, and when you get an Achilles tear, all your athleticism is gone. So, Tyrese Halliburton could be a great point guard for the future of the Wizards organization. He has great basketball IQ. He scored 15.2 points per game on 50% shooting and 40% from the three. It seems as that he could fit in almost any system too. And with John Wall and Bradley Beal most likely going to be packaged, he could be a great player to start the Wizards rebuild. And he probably honestly could fit alongside Bradley Beal as well. Finally, we got the 10th pick, which goes to the Phoenix Suns, and I have them taking Killian Hayes, who in a lot of people's draft picks are up higher. But, I mean, as we've seen in the past, a lot of teams aren't taking risk on overseas players. I mean, we saw it pay off with Luka and other players. But I think in this draft class, I think Killian Hayes is going to get to the 10th pick. He looks to be a promising point guard, though. And pairing him alongside Devin Booker as Ricky Rubio ages can just boost the Suns' young core of Devin Booker, Kelly Oubre, and DeAndre Ayton. I think Killian Hayes has a great vision and can make almost every pass. He's great at shooting and driving, and he's basically an all-around offensive threat. So he'll just put up great numbers for the Phoenix Suns for future years. Alright guys, so that's how to wrap it up. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below your thoughts on this. I really want to know. I'll see you guys in the next one. More content coming soon. Please like and subscribe.